Okay, assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. This is me Fatima Businesswali and I am honored to be joined by Mike Armstrong, a successful entrepreneur and business owner in the hospitality industry. He ran a bar, hotel and event venue business and has built a strong reputation through dedication, leadership and customer focused services. So, in this interview, we will explore his entrepreneurial journey, the challenges he faced, the lesson he learned, and his advice for aspiring entrepreneur. So, let's dive into this inspiring conversation and learn from his valuable experience. So, firstly, I warmly welcome Mike for my podcast. So, firstly, introduce yourself with our audience and tell us about your business journey.
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur since the age of 11. As you said, I'm in the hospitality business at the moment. I run a bar, hotel, and event venue. I've done lots of different things in my life, some employed, some self-employed. Um, I'm a coach, an author, a mentor, a speaker, and a content. I like to share some of the knowledge, the information, the experiences that I've had throughout my sort of 38-year career and still going. So that other people can learn from, maybe some of the lessons, the learnings, the experiences, to help them on their journey of entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship can be quite a lonely journey, um, especially when you're doing it on your own, not as part of like a school or something. But you don't always have people you can talk to or bounce ideas off and that sort of thing, and learn from because you're not part of the system. You're creating the system. So it's important to have other people you can learn from, etc., mentors or coaches. It's also important you can connect with other people, have a sounding board, release some pressure or some stress. You have something to listen to and that sort of thing. Because when you're a leader of a business or an organization, sometimes you don't have anyone else you can talk to or bounce ideas off or anything. So I like to be that person for my entrepreneur friends and my new entrepreneur friends and anyone else who wants to bounce ideas off or build relationship with, as well as learn from.
Okay, that's great. So, uh, what inspired you to enter the hospitality industry?
So I sort of fell into the hospitality industry. Really, I entered it just after COVID. A friend of mine bought a hotel with a bar and a live music venue, and he was having trouble running the business. He's not really from the hospitality world. He bought the business with a management couple, and they made mistakes, so he sacked them, running it himself, and he needed some help, and I offered to help. Um, I went down there for 3 weeks to help in my sales and marketing consultancy capacity and just an extra pair of hands, because that's what he needed at the time. I went down for 3 weeks. I ended up running it for 11 months. And I was on a 1 month rolling agreement while he either sold the business or leased it or found someone else to run it. Months to lease the business. So I run it for the 11 months. And I enjoyed it. So I went down to help him is because I had Airbnb property management. I was a sales marketer anyway, uh, and a lot of experience with a lot of businesses. I went down to help him out to give him some advice. Ended up running it, enjoyed it, and so decided to go into that sector for myself because I've always done lots of different things anyway in my life. I fancied running a bar and a hotel, especially a sports bar venue. And as I enjoyed it, I thought I'd do it for myself, and that's what I'm currently doing now. So again, the opportunity. So I another one presented itself, and I decided. So that's why I'm in the hospitality business at the moment. And sometimes in life, you just got to take up progress, and sometimes in life, you just got to yes, doing things or helping people. And sometimes that progresses you somewhere as well. So, sometimes things just happen uh, for you or to you. Sometimes you got to make them happen for you. So it just depends. Life's full of uh, opportunities, and so some opportunities slip through our fingers, and other opportunities we seize and grab with both hands. And that's the life of an entrepreneur.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so how did you start your first business?
So, well, technically, I suppose my first entrepreneurial hustle was just recording Sky movies and selling them to the kids in school and buying and selling sweets. But it wasn't an official business. It was just a way of making money as a youngster. I started. I just I worked jobs. I did newspaper rounds, and I worked for my uncle's salvage yard, and I just learned how to make money and do whatever I could. And then I went into a world of sales. I was self-employed as a door-to-door salesperson and a telesalesperson. I made commission from the sales I made. I learned skills to make me make more sales, so I could get more commission. So that was a self-employed job, really. And when I was 23, a nightclub I used to go to closed down, and a friend of mine was managing a restaurant, and it had a basement underneath. And I knew a lot of people from my nightclubbing days who were involved in different areas of the nightclub business. So I put them all together and started my own club night. So I was opportunistic. I had a need. I filled the need. I seen a gap in the market. I had the people in place to be able to do something, and I did something. Um, so I suppose that was my first sort of official business venture. Um, Unfortunately, the restaurant where I did my venture got sold, so I had to do something else. So I went back to what I knew, which was sales, and I built a career in a fintech startup business. I went to work for a startup fintech company, and I spent 10 years there learning the corporate world and corporate sales. I was a national sales director for key accounts, large companies, 10 million plus turnover. And I went and visited lots of them all around the UK and learned a lot from all of them. And I was a solutions provider, providing fintech solutions, credit checking information, and similar solutions. And we built a lot of high end, high tech solutions for corporate companies, and I learned a lot from that. And I could still be in that sector. I enjoyed that sector, but I decided I wanted to do something for myself. So I started my own sales and marketing consultancy business after 10 years as a corporate sales director, or as various different roles leading towards corporate sales director. I got promoted 9 times in 6 years. So I worked my way up the corporate tree, the corporate ladder. But I decided I wanted to do something for myself. And I went self-employed as a sales and marketing consultant, did that for a while, about 12 years. Enjoyed that, enjoyed working with lots of different businesses. And then that business took a bit of a disruption due to COVID. So I decided to pivot during COVID and work on myself and start my own podcast and did my own clubhouse rooms and wrote my first book and did lots of things like that. Worked on myself rather than working for my clients like I had been doing. And then that's the pivot into the hospitality sector after COVID and I decided to run with it. And that's where I am to date, really. So, as well as running the business in the hospitality sector, I've also got a personal branding website where I personal branding website build done for your marketing services. That's done with a partner in India. So we do personal branding websites for coaches, speakers, authors, that sort of thing. A business called VIPGB, and the website's vipgb.co.uk. And that's where people can get personal branding sites and done for your marketing services. So I do that as well as the hotel. I'm also building a and an event marketing business as well. Lots of plates spinning because I have a large capacity being a corporate director teaches you how to do things efficiently and how to delegate and utilize the resources and all that sort of thing. I'm able to spin multiple plates at the same time, and I enjoy getting involved in all aspects of business, and I enjoy teaching and helping others as well. That's why I do a hashtag Fire from the Welsh series, where I create content for young entrepreneurs and anyone new to entrepreneurship. Um, and I appear on podcasts and things like this as well, so I can share what I've learned to others. Because spent a lifetime learning lots of things, I might as well share it with others.
Okay, that's great. So, can you tell me what challenge did you face in the early days?
So I think in the early days, there's challenges around you deciding what it is you want to do or what it is you want to do. There's challenges about once you've decided that on implementing the structures and the systems you need to build in order to build a business. There's challenges around how you get some customers in the first place, how you build uh, social proof and case studies and credibility and trust. There's all sorts of challenges. There's challenges around money and how you finance things. So I think you just got to be young and um, take risks and be enthusiastic and energetic and find your way around those challenges because life will always give you challenges. You just got to find a way around it.
Okay, so what makes your bar, hotel, and event menu unique?
Sorry, can you say that question again?
Yes, I said what makes your bar, hotel, and event venue unique?
Okay, well, what makes my venue unique is because I've put my personality all over it. So I've stamped my own self into my business because people are interested these days in the personal brand, the person running the business, etc. So like my bar, hotel, and event venue is very friendly, is very warming, is very welcoming. It's quite traditional in its style, quite old school. It represents me and who I am. It's got my personality. I'm into business, music, and sport, and mindset, psychology, that sort of thing. And if you have a look at the wall of my business, the walls, I've decorated it with things that are relevant to me and who I am and my personality. And people find it authentic. They find it friendly. It's a high energy. It's a place for having lots of fun because I believe you should work hard and play hard. I believe you should enjoy life and have fun. So I leave myself and my stamp of who I am and what I am and who I stand for and what I stand for. I leave that all over my business so that people can either enjoy it or not. That's their choice. But they know what my business stands for and who I am and what I represent. And so the people who are your tribe, they are your customers, they are your partners, your collaborators. Those people will gravitate towards you, and the people who aren't will gravitate away from you. And ultimately, you can't be everything to everyone. You've got to be who you are to the people who value that.
Okay, so can you tell me what qualities are most important for successful, in hospitality?
Well, I think the qualities for a successful hospitality business is you've got to have, like I mentioned earlier, good systems and processes and structures in place. But ultimately, you've got to be a people person. You've got to be able to work with and adapt to the various different people you have in your business. You have to be welcoming, friendly, warm, chatty, in my opinion. People like to chat with their barman or with their hospitality hosts. They want to get, you want to be interested in people. You want to be able to get to know them, get to like them. They want to get to like you and trust you. You've got to be adaptable, maybe different people like different things, so you've got to be able to meet their needs wherever they need them. You've got to be very resilient in this day and age because the hospitality sector is struggling. There's people haven't got as much disposable income, which means they can't go out and enjoy themselves as much. So you've got to be able to be creative, find new ways for them to come in and enjoy the place. You've got to be resilient and get through the pressures and the stresses that life will throw on you and impact on you. You got to be creative. You got to be hardworking. You got to be consistent. You got to be innovative. You got to do things a little bit different. I always like to say I like to zag when everyone else zigs, or I like to zig when everyone else zags. So I don't follow the crowd. I lead the crowd. I lead the way. I carve my own route. I do things my way. Don't follow other people. And I try to do things to the best of my ability. And I'm competitive. I want to be the best in what I do. So that strives me forward and strives me to be creative and innovative and resilient and all those things that I said.
Okay. So, how has social media changed the hospitality industry?
I think social media has changed all industries. It's made it easier for people to get into different sectors because social media, you don't need big budgets. You can have small budgets or no budgets and just spend time. You can learn the way different social media platforms work and get some results and benefit from that. I myself use hashtags a lot on all my social media, so people can look for hashtag the Kef or hashtag Kef Amabli Penarth, which is my venue, and they can find everything that's going on. But more importantly, the search engines and the AI searches can find what's going on as well. So then I do search engine and AI optimization. I basically put the information out there into the world under the hashtag as well, which helps it to be clearly found. And then I curate what I want the internet and the search engine to be telling other people about my venue and what I do. So I give it the information it needs. The systems then curate the information, collect it, and put it together, so that when people are looking for an event venue or a hospitality venue or a pub or a bar or whatever it is they're looking for, I make sure that I'm being found and I'm in the list, so that they know to come to me because I offer what they're looking for. So that's the way you can use social media and other platforms to feed the internet and the AI search engines and that sort of thing with the content you want it to have for the people you want to be able to reach out to and connect with.
Okay. So, what is the biggest challenge you have faced as an entrepreneur?
I think my biggest challenge in life has probably been when I went self-employed. Not long after that, I went through a divorce, and it was a challenging time, and I lost a lot of drive and momentum and ambition and that sort of thing because big challenges that happen to you in your life can knock you off course and they can change the way you operate for a while. And that was a big challenge for me because I've always been progressive. I've always been a high achiever. I've always been in a good forward momentum situation and mindset. But going through something like a life challenge, a loss of a loved one, or a divorce, or something that can really take your focus and energy, that can be hard to come back from. And some people never come back from something like that. I would say I plateaued for quite a long time, and I've never plateaued. I've always been progressive, always been forward driven. So I had to basically, find myself and get back to myself at some point after, some time of, you know, I suppose grieving or, whatever, being down or depressed or whatever it may be. Um, you have to build yourself up again. So I actually spent a bit of time helping someone else out, which can, give you positive effect. I also set myself, reminded myself of my long-term goals, which have always been there in my life, and I'm always working towards. So I reminded myself of them and started creating some more forward momentum to get back onto the things I know that work that can get you towards your goals. Started setting medium goals and much smaller goals because success is incremental stages. It's not one big success. It's like a little steps towards the big success. And if you tick off little successes whilst you're on your way to your big successes, it gives you forward momentum. It gives you positivity. It gives you resilience and strong mindset and that sort of thing. So be proud of the little steps that you're taking towards your big goals because they're helping you to get to where you want to get to in life. And once you start building forward momentum, you start ticking off small goals and little achievements, They help you to start striving towards medium-sized goals and medium achievements. And if all of this is happening with things that are pointing you towards the direction of your life goals, then you quickly get enthused and energized that you're actually going in the right direction and things are happening for you, and that momentum builds and the resilience builds and the mindset builds, and eventually you actually then start believing you can achieve those big goals. And if you have real big goals, it can take a long time to achieve them, but if you actually really do believe you can achieve them, and you keep building forward momentum, then something that seems so far away when you first start it, as you're moving along the journey and the route towards it, it doesn't seem so far away. It seems possible. It seems achievable. You've realised how far you've already come towards it, which makes it much easier to continue to go towards it. And actually, sometimes we achieve those goals, and we reassess, and we make even bigger goals because we know we can do them. So it's entrepreneurs and people in general, they overestimate usually on what can be done in a small amount of time, which is why they'll miss targets and deadlines and that sort of thing. But they'll actually underestimate what can be achieved in a large amount of time, and pretty much anything can be achieved in a large amount of time. It just takes a case of putting the right plan in place, maybe learning the right information, maybe meeting the right people, building the right team, whatever. But almost anything if you believe it, if you dream it, you can achieve it. If you think it's possible, then it's possible. Yeah, and it's just a case of growing into the person capable of doing it, giving yourself the time, and just committing wholeheartedly towards it, and never giving up. And pretty much most things can be achieved that way.
Okay, so how do you handle a difficult situation and customer complaints?
Um, well, quite often with customers and difficult situations, one of the most important things is to remain calm. Maybe to take some deep breaths. Don't automatically respond to someone when they give you an issue or a problem, etc. Remain calm. Try and look at things from their perspective and their point of view and not just yours. Don't be defensive. Be open to suggestions and ideas from their point of view. I think it's always good to be empathetic and understanding of everyone's situations, and just remain calm and, you know, uh, have good words to say, be polite, be kind, be on their side. Try and say, oh, well, I'm prepared to do whatever I can to solve this problem. And often, if you're calm and you're on their side and you're empathetic and you see things from their point of view and you're understanding, then that will diffuse the problem or the issue. And if you can showcase that you have their interest at heart and you're willing to do what it takes, whatever it takes to get them back on side and to solve their problem, then most situations can be resolved that way.
Okay, so what are your future goals for your business?
My future goal for my business is always to grow, to be the best it can be, to be the best I can be, so that I can help continue to grow it, to diversify, to expand. Um, you know, that's always my goals for my businesses, and the goals for myself in life is to continue to grow and expand and develop, and to continue to help more and more people, and to grow my platform and my reach, so that I can continue to reach new people that I have never reached before, and just continue to help people, and to leave a lasting legacy, really, of being someone who was kind and somebody who was a people person and was able to help others. And I think if all human beings had those sort of goals, the world would be a much better place, because people would be connected and collaborative, and people would be looking to help each other and not fight with each other, and have wars and disagreements and all of that. So my idea for myself and my world and my business is just to make an impact, to give value, and to be remembered fondly, that they helped in some way, and that's pretty.
Okay, so what opportunities do you see for your young entrepreneur like today?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I missed it.
Yes. What opportunities do you see for young entrepreneurs today?
Well, today I wish I was an entrepreneur starting out now because there's so many opportunities. It's so like life has become so much easier now in regards to many things. Because when I was young, you used to have so much, so many things in place to be able to start a business, and you have to spend a lot of money, etc. And pretty much this day and age, you do everything and start everything and grow a business. You can do most of it from your smartphone. So everything you need is literally at a touch of a button. You just got to know how to use your phone and how to engage with people and how to utilize all of the apps and the software and the technologies that are on the phone. And that comes from learning from others, and understanding what the smartphone can do. Um, but yeah, the big opportunities are always, in the modern world now that we live in now. The big opportunities are always around tech and technical solutions. It's around AI and how you can like AI is at the beginning. Okay, when I started in web world and the internet, that was at the beginning, and so you can leverage, the fact that it's new to claim your stake. And that's a bit like AI. Well, it's new and it's growing. It's going to grow off and expand and develop in different areas. But you have your chance right now to put a large stake into that AI world and to own a section of it and a piece of it and a bit of real estate in that world. And that real estate can be as big as you want it to be, and it can be as comprehensive and as diverse as you want. You just got to create it, and you got to put the time in and keep building. So really, young entrepreneurs, there's a lot of talk about there's not much jobs and all of that. That's great. Jobs do anything in life. Sometimes you've got to make your own business and your own opportunities and let them be the answer. So who cares if there are jobs or not for youngsters? Go out there and find your own job, find your own opportunities, live life how you want it to be, shape your life, do what you want to do with your life, not what other people tell you should do or have to do. You create the life that you want. You go out and learn the skills you need. You get the customers you need. You set the systems and the processes. You set them up how you want them to be. You'll have a happy life. You'll have an enjoyable life. So there's lots of opportunities out there for entrepreneurs, for young and old, and for anyone, really. You just got to want to do it, and you got to want to learn enough about it in order to be able to do it. And then you got to want to spend a lifetime of doing the little tasks and the daily routines and the habits that you need to form in order to achieve those things. So there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur, especially a young one.
Okay, so my next and last question: what message would you like to share with aspiring business owner around the world?
Well, there's one message. There's lots of messages I like to give people, but this is a big important one, and that's you've got one life. Yeah, you're either going to get to your deathbed with a load of regrets because you didn't bother trying and you didn't give it a go, or you're going to get to your deathbed having a great life, knowing that you did everything you wanted to, or you at least tried most of the things you wanted to, and whether they were successes or not, you enjoyed the trying of those things. um, and you want to get to your deathbed knowing you've had a good life, you've enjoyed yourself, you've been happy, etc., etc. So if you've only got one life and it's yours, and you don't come back for a second opportunity, then you should spend it doing the things you enjoy doing with the people you enjoy doing them, and making money. If that's, a driver to you, and you need to do it, you should do that, making money and doing the things you enjoy doing. That, because there's a lot of people, they get to the end of their life, they've done the same job forever. It was one they didn't particularly like, or they liked in the early days, but then got bored of and fed up of and didn't like it, but they didn't know how to do anything else. And they get to their deathbed with a whole lot of regret, and I'm thinking, what a wasted life I've had. And you don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people anyway. Um, I'd rather, get to my deathbed and go, you know what, I had a go. I did the best I could. I enjoyed myself along the way, and I had a great life. And that ultimately is the thing that should be behind what drives you to do whatever you do on a day to day basis. You either want to live life on your terms and enjoy yourself, and have a great life, or you know, you want to have a miserable existence where you don't achieve anything, don't do anything, don't impact anyone, and you just die with a load of regret. The choice is yours.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mike Armstrong, for sharing your valuable experience, insights, and wisdom with us today. We learned that success in business require vision, hard work, consistency, strong leadership, and a genuine commitment to serving people. Your journey is an inspiration for aspiring entrepreneurs around the world. So, thank you so much for joining us for this interview. I hope you found this conversation informative and motivating. Stay curious, keep learning, and never stop purchasing your goals. So, thank you so much and goodbye.
Thank you, Fatima. All the best. Bye bye.
Goodbye.